welcome back. Just moments away from the start of Kearney High and Lincoln East duel here in the Kearney High School Auditorium. Jeff Ekstrom along with Nick James and Philip Moobie. And guys, I think one of the last few questions that we should address here pre-game is that these wrestling teams haven't wrestled in a few weeks. I mean, they last wrestled shortly before Christmas, around the 21st, 22nd. But that's the extended break in the middle of the wrestling season. As you guys have dealt with this personally, how hard of an adjustment is it to get back out there, especially after going home, eating some big meals for Christmas and whatnot? How big of an adjustment is that, Nick?
It's pretty big. We might see some guys get tired, how to make some hard decisions today on the mat, but that's what makes it fun. We get to see who's tougher than the other guy. So, I mean, in that aspect, I think that's pretty cool. That's what the sport's all about. So, I'm kind of excited to see who gets tired first and who can battle through it, and that's gonna be fun.
And Philip, how did you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, the guys should be getting 2 pounds since after Christmas, but sometimes Christmas meal hits a little harder than you think, so we'll see.
Of course, starting off at 145 pounds, the pregame festivities going on here still for Kearney and Lincoln East. And guys, this is a rivalry that's gone back a while. Nick, you mentioned it before, that this goes back before you guys were even in high school, but these guys, these coaching staffs know each other when they were at UNK, and if you see the pregame festivities going on, these are two programs that I don't want to say show off, but they just love creating content for the wrestling team and just be able to create an environment that's so unique.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, these coaches know each other so well, both UNK alum and, going back to the rivalry, like, it doesn't matter how much talent each team has. I think every time they go against each other, it's going to be, like, good matchups, just like any other rivalry. Like, it was always Kearney, Grand Island when we were in high school. No matter how good each other were, we're all gonna battle every time, because it's more than just wrestling in the sport. It's for brags and stuff. So,
well, bragging rights on the line. 145, Bo Hostler taking on Weston Sherlock. Sherlock 7-3 on the season, while Hostler is 9-3. Hostler with the number 4 rated.
I think that's Nick Swift out there, right?
Yeah, that looks like.
So they did switch.
Yeah.
Nick Swift, which originally was supposed to go at 138, but he's going to move up. And, guys, that makes it even more interesting because Swift rated number 5 in the 138-pound division. He was a state qualifier last season.
Yeah, this is a good matchup. This is going to be fun.
Swift was finished 5th at the 132-pound weight class last year in Class A. 3-time state qualifier, first medal last season. Like mentioned before, Bo Hostler, a transfer from Colorado, but making a impact right away. Both guys feeling each other out halfway through period number 1. Bo Hostler and Nick Swift going at it. Swift 9-2 on the season. Only losses coming to Trevor Enke from Beatrice and Daniel Dozier from Bellevue East.
Hostler likes to work that edge a lot. He's going to be backing up to the edge, trying to get sweep singles and stuff. And I think pressure on this guy and using momentum here, trying to get it to his good sweep singles, patented sweep single.
Under 30 seconds to go. Shot by Swift. He's got one leg of Hostler, but out of the circle, and we will restart, both standing up with 24 seconds to go in the opening period. Five seconds, counting down. Out of play again with 2 seconds to go in this first period between Hostler and Swift. And that's going to do it for the opening period. Swift bringing the only offense at the moment with a shot that did not end up going in his favor. We're tied at 0 as we enter period number 2. Caution on Hostler as we begin the second period. He'll be on bottom. Swift on top. Swift wrestled at 138 pounds. You see Hostler gets the escape to take a 1-0 lead. Swift wrestled at 138 when Lincoln East faced the Bearcats at the Flatwater Fracas and beat Ethan Kowalski by tech fall 19-3. But this time around, a new opponent in Bo Hostler, also ranked.
Seems like every time these teams go together, they always got a new plan. It's kind of like checkers or chess, and they're moving their guys around, seeing what's the best matchups and stuff to score some extra points. And these coaches are both really good at it, so we might see some interesting stuff tonight.
Because if I'm not wrong, I don't believe Swift has wrestled above or below his weight class this season. But Lincoln East decides to put him at 145 against Kearney. Under a minute to go in the second period as both wrestlers go out of the circle again. 1-0 Bo Hostler leads. Defensive matchup to begin. This one between Kearney and number 5 Lincoln East. Shot by Swift, but Hostler was able to sprawl out, avoid any danger.
There's that sweep single he's been looking for.
Nice switch to the double.
And it's 2 points for Hostler and maybe more. 2 back points coming from the Colorado transfer. 3-0. Hostler leads. 10 seconds to go in this period. Rolbein Hostler still has Swift under control.
3, 2, 1.
So Hostler brings the offense in the second period, gets an escape, a takedown, and then 2 more back points to take a 5-0 lead into the third period. Swift will start on bottom. Guys, what do you see from Hostler there?
Yeah, I think it's big for him to get the takedown there at the end of the period and the ride out. That does a lot going into the third period, knowing that you just scored and got the ride out.
And it's always, I think, tough because Hostler showed in this match specifically that he's more a patient wrestler. He doesn't, unlike Swift. Swift has gone in there, he's taken the attack, but Hostler's just been bidding his time and just waiting for the right opportunity. And he showed he has some good defense, so it's going to be tough for Swift here, down by 5.
Yeah, that was good patience. He looked real selective on his shots there, and it obviously paid off. So.
Over 30 seconds into this third period, Hostler with a demanding 5-0 lead over Nick Swift of Lincoln East. Battle of ranked adversaries here in this opening match. Hostler rated number 4 in the 145-pound division, while Swift is rated number 5 at 138. As we have a whistle, we'll resume with Swift on bottom, Hostler on top again. Hostler had some success, 4th at the Kearney High invite. Not the finish that he would have wanted, but then turned around and delivered an undefeated performance at Holdridge just a week or 2 after that, going 4-0.
This is not where you want to be if you're Swift here. This is just wasting time for him. He needs to get out and start scoring points, but this is going to waste another 30 seconds here probably.
39 seconds and counting left in this match between Hostler and Swift.
Bo's doing a really good job on top here, getting the legs in, not letting Swift get any chance to even get to his base anymore. It's going to be tough to score from his belly.
20 seconds to go. Hostler just looking to ride out Swift.
It's a good, tough ride there. It's a good match for Hostler. Looked good there.
Short time, see if he can.
5 seconds, escape for Swift, but that's not going to do any difference in the result. Bo Hostler in the battle of ranked wrestlers it is. Posseru gets the win 5-1 over Swift. Kearney takes a 3-0 lead here early in this duel after one match.
That's kind of a gamble there for Lincoln East, putting one of their guys up there. Didn't quite pay off for him there. Kind of leaves an opening at 38, but we'll see how the rest of the duel plays out here.
Yeah, that was like you mentioned, Mitch. That was Nick. That was a spot where Lincoln East clearly had an advantage at 138, but decided to move up Swift, so they have confidence in whoever they have down there. They originally had Weston Sherlock at 145, and so we might see him go at 138 against Ethan Kwolek, the projected starter for Kearney. As we await the 152-pound matchup, the projected matchup will be Nick Sutton taking on Colin McGurl. So will be the projected matchup, Nick Sutton and Colin McGurl. And they will go after it here. Second match between Kearney and Lincoln East were underway, and right away,
nice
Nick
attack.
Sutton firing out of the gates with a takedown early. And now Sutton looking to get the pin right away.
Oh,
It's a two back points for Sutton, but all of a sudden McGurl is going to try to get something going here. It's a reversal. High flying first period, and both go out of bounds, and Nick Sutton is hurt.
that looked bad.
His head came flying down on the mat as both were out of the circle.
I think he rolled over his leg there, his left leg there.
Yeah, I think his leg was stuck when they rolled out of bounds.
Taking a look at Nick Sutton. His leg caught. Silence here in the Kearney High School auditorium as Kearney continues to take a look at Nick Sutton as he leads Colin McGurl of Lincoln East 4-2. Injury time under 30 seconds, and now they're going to see if Sutton can walk on it here. Jeff Ekstrom along with Nick James and Phil Amumi here on the Bearcat Sports Network. Kearney leads the duel over Lincoln East 3-0 after one match. We're in the second one at 152 pounds. Kearney made a late switch. Originally, it was supposed to be Gage Ferguson here at 152, but he switched with Nick Sutton. Ferguson will go at 160 right after this. McGurl will start on top after getting the reversal after Sutton took a 4-0 lead. Sutton to his feet, McGurl with the mat return. And now McGurl looking to get Sutton on his back here. And this is a rematch of the Flatwater Fracas where Sutton pinned McGurl at the 3:07 mark. And there is McGurl now going to get back points of his own, looking for the pin over Sutton.
He's doing a good job of kicking that leg away there. He's got that tight, and he's going to need to get that knee in his ribs if he wants to pin him here.
Sutton trying to stay alive. 35 seconds left in the period. A desperate position. And Sutton finally gets out of it. It's going to be 3 back points nonetheless. And all of a sudden, Migral was down 4-0. He scored 5 unanswered. It is up 5-4. Migral 4-7 on the season, while Sutton is 5-8. And now we have potentially dangerous move called by the referee. 8 seconds to go in this first period. And Migral almost got Sutton on his back again, but saved by the bell. And Colin Migral has a 5-4 lead over Nick Sutton. Guys, what'd you like seeing from Colin there as he kind of dominated the later half of that period?
Yeah, Sutton came out firing, had a good attack, and then he kind of just got shut down here. So if I'm Migral, I'm looking to keep the pressure on him. He kind of looks like he's got his foot on the pedal here. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Another takedown by Migral makes it 7-4, but Sutton is in obvious pain as he continues to go through this match. Migral well in control. He's up 7-4, 7 unanswered points after Sutton fired out of the gate for the opening 4. Both guys, their first year on varsity with expanded roles, going against each other for the second time this season. And now Migral trying to get Sutton on his back, and he does. Looking for the pin, and there it is. Colin Migral avenges his loss from Sutton just a few weeks ago with a pin of his own.
That's a big swing there. I mean, that's a 12-point swing here from last duel to this one, so we'll see how that plays out.
At the 2:54 mark, around the same time that Sutton pinned Migral. So Lincoln East takes a 6-3 lead over the Bearcats through 2 matches. As we move to 160 pounds, Gage Ferguson will take the mat for the Bearcats, while the projected starter for Lincoln East is going to be Chase Kammerer.
Love the Fergie walkout song, for, as his nickname is, Fergie, Gage Ferguson.
Ferguson will take the mat, rated number 4 at the 152-pound division, wrestling at 160. He is 12-2 on the year. Both losses coming to Nick Hamilton of Papillion La Vista. Back at the Flatwater Fracas, while for Lincoln East, Chase Kammerer 6-3 at the year. He did not wrestle against Kearney in GI. Both guys returning state qualifiers. Ferguson, a 2-time qualifier. He placed 3rd at the 145-pound division a year ago in Omaha.
Oh, good drag. Needs to keep driving here to finish, stay in bounds. Oh, right on the edge.
Referee calls out of bounds. Good shot by Ferguson, but not able to capitalize just yet.
These guys have both got quite a bit of experience here. Ferguson, I mean, like you said, he placed 3rd last year. He's been, he came up on the MAC He's been wrestling forever, and I know this camera. He's got a lot of tricks, and he's long. Kind of makes a weird matchup for Ferguson. So, oh, there's a nice headlock, but he's not gonna get it here.
And there's a 2-point takedown for Ferguson after what seemed like could be a potential headlock that would have got Ferguson on his back.
Moomy's getting excited over here. He loves these headlocks.
Gotta love seeing it fly.
Halfway through the opening period, as both guys roll out of the circle, reset in the middle. 2-0 Gage Ferguson leads. If I'm not mistaken, Chase Kammerer did have an older brother who wrestled in this rivalry for a little bit as well.
Correct. He was, I think, maybe a grade older than I was, and I think he was a state placer.
So some legacy wrestlers here in this
They're
classic
both
rivalry.
kind of those unconventional wrestlers that you never know what they're going to throw at you. They're hard matchups for people.
And it's unique. This one, unique matchup too, because even for Ferguson wrestling at 160, he's a little lengthier as well, but going against maybe an even more lengthier wrestler in Camber. 20 seconds to go in this opening period.
If you're camera here, you want to get out, it'd be a big point to score here. Doesn't look like he's going to.
Both guys just looking at the clock as the time runs out. And we will begin the second period with Gage Ferguson leading Chase Kammerer 2-0 in the third match between Kearney and Lincoln East. And now right off the bat, both guys trying to get best position here.
That's a good switch by Ferguson. He's pretty strong in this position. So I look for him to score there.
Reversal by Ferguson takes a 4-0 lead over Kammerer. As Ferguson looks to continue to score over 40 seconds into this second period. Ferguson in his matchup against Lincoln East a couple weeks ago beat Heath Jensen via pin at the 1 minute 11 second mark. But this time a new opponent.
Fergie's doing a real good job here, keeping the weight forward on Kemmerer's hands, not really giving him a chance to get to his feet or have any chance to escape.
I believe that was a stall warning called by Bryce Abbey, one of the referees tonight. That is on Ferguson.
Oh.
And now Kammerer with the reversal, looking to get Ferguson on his back. Ferguson trying to pull his head through the headlock of Kammerer. He does.
That's a good way to wrestle through that position there.
Wow.
That's the kind of unconventional stuff I'm talking about. He'll get you in weird positions, and Fergie did a real good job wrestling through it that time.
And now a stall warning on Kammerer. And even though no points went on the scoreboard, what a just the action that was by both wrestlers. Sequence of events is now Kammerer again trying to flip Ferguson, but as seconds go off the clock, Kammerer looking for the reversal, and Ferguson saved by the bell, and Kammerer remains off the scoreboard. Guys, close call after close call here with these two.
Yeah, that's interesting. He chose down. Other than those two moves, he's rode him pretty well here. So we'll see if he can keep this ride going. He's doing a pretty good job committing to it here.
Third period beginning here as Gage Ferguson leads Kammerer 4-0. Lincoln East leads the match 6-3. This is the third match of the night between the two. As Ferguson continues to ride out Kammerer 30 seconds in.
Once again, we're back into this double leg position. I guess he pulled him out. That's not a good position to be on the bottom, though. Especially when you're down, just wasting time.
Yeah, this Kammerer doesn't look entirely active at the moment. Halfway through the third period, Ferguson still leads it. But Kammerer has been close to pulling off some reversals And he's going to need one here. As again, Ferguson trying to sprawl out Camera. Under 30 seconds to go. Again, just Camera has not been able to do anything here in this third period. Ferguson continued riding him out. Camera finally looks to go for the reversal.
And we're right back. That's a good ride by Gage Ferguson.
And that will win him the match. Ferguson rides out Camera the entire third period and gets a 4-0 decision for the Bearcats as they tie this match at 6 through 3 matches.
You guys get all that?
And now we move to 170 pounds. The projected matchup is Tate Kuchera taking on Jacob Odell. Tate Kuchera, who's been switching. He's wrestled at 195 sometimes this year, some at 182. But his made weight has been 170.
He's like a Swiss Army knife.
No.
You can throw him anywhere. Tough old strong farm kid. Brother of UNK wrestler Judd Kuchera. Just a tough kid.
And wrestling him will be Jacob Odell. These two faced each other in Grand Island, where it was Tate Kuchera tech falling Jacob Odell 17-1. And Kuchera bringing the offense right away. Can't get 2 points there. But Kuchera qualified for the state tournament a year ago, but did not place at the 160-pound division. Finished third at the Kearney High Invitational at the beginning of the year. And then won the Holdridge Invite, a career best finish. But obviously looking to do more damage this season, specifically at the state tournament. As Kuchera is 9-3, while Odell is 5-6. Kuchera takes down Odell, but outside the circle. It will not count as we are halfway through the opening period, tied at 0.
Nice attack there with the drag. That's his kind of his go-to there.
And there's 2 points for Tate Kuchera as they go outside the circle once again, 2-0. Kuchera leads. Kuchera will start on top again, and if you're head coach Ty Swarm, you would hope that based on the last result in Grand Island that you would get a bonus point win.
Absolutely. If you're Tate Kuchera here, you're looking for pin or tech fall. That's kind of all you got in your mind here. And if you're switched and you're Lincoln East here, you're looking give up as least points as you can.
Tilt points coming for Tate Kuchera, and he will get 3 to make it 5-0 with 15 seconds left in the period. Kuchera again trying to get Adele on his back. He is going to get points, but time does run out, so not enough for back points. So 5-0 as we go into period number 2. As Kuchera will go on bottom, Odell on top. And Kuchera gets up on his feet right away, trying to get the escape.
Nice hips there. He's going to look for a cradle here. And he'll stick with his 2.
Gets the 2-point reversal, 7-0. Kuchera leads.
He's doing a really good job of working those wrists and trying to get those cheap tilts there.
For the third time, Kuchera has gone after the tilts. He's found success before. 45 seconds in. Kuchera dominating so far. Odell, first year on varsity with a big role for Lincoln East. Didn't wrestle entirely well at the Flatwater Fracas against tough competition. He was 1-4, but turned that around with a 3-1 record at the Bennington Duels just a week ago. As Odell did get the escape to make it 7-1. 30 seconds to go in the second period. Kuchera again, gonna swing around and get the 2 points. Limited time here in the second period, 10 seconds to go. Continues to get Odell on his back. 3 points will be coming towards Kuchera's way. There are only 2, excuse me. 11-1 to lead. Right now, Kuchera has locked up a major decision.
If you're Kuchera here, you got a small blood and get your motor running.
He's got 2 minutes for either tech ball or pin. Odell at this point just trying to limit the damage for East. The 170-pound weight class. 4th match of the night between Kearney and Lincoln East. Kuchera goes in.
A little double underhook.
Oh!
Inside trip.
And now Kuchera's in trouble. A move backfired. And looking for the upset. Odell gets the pin.
What a nice inside trip there by Odell. That's a big match there.
Not only does Odell survive, he gets the pin. Overtake Kuchera, a match, guys, that I don't think anyone would have
I don't
predicted.
think so either.
But you know, crazier things have happened, and it did happen. A pin for Jacob Odell in the third period, and Lincoln East with an unexpected win in the 170-pound weight class, and takes a 12-6 lead over Kearney as we head to 182. And guys, that's a match that could turn the tide. And at the end of the night, that might prove to be a difference maker if Kearney doesn't get some of these flips to go their way.
Yeah, a lot of times these duels will be just a few points, and that would have been an 11-point swing from the last time these two wrestled. So that could be the difference.
I know, especially in high school, that's one of the main things to stress is get pins, don't get pinned. That's one of the biggest things that's going to win you duels and lose you duels.
And Carter Abels, ranked wrestler for Kearney at 182, taking on Noah Fisher, 1-4 for Lincoln East. Abels 8-0, undefeated on the year, rated number 3 in the 182-pound weight class. And look for the quick pin. Cradle locked up, back points coming. We're only 30 seconds in. Abel's looking to finish it off quickly. Looking to get a pin back for Kearney. And Abels quits on the cradle try, but will get 3 back points to take a 5-0 lead 50 seconds in. And they will go out of bounds. We will reset in the middle. Abels beat Aiden Simnick when they faced Lincoln East in Grand Island. Pinned him a minute and a half into the match.
If you're Kearney here, I think this is another one of those matches you're looking for bonus points. Yeah, another cradle here.
And another cradle, yeah, as Philip mentioned. Abel's trying to finish him off and stay unbeaten. And there it is. Carter Abels gets the pin back for the Bearcats, and things are tied up again at 12.
It's big after a tough loss for Carter to come out there and get the first period pin.
That's what your top wrestlers and leaders are supposed to do, and we're not up at 12 again. As we move to 195 pounds.
The base system is tremendous in here. Wow.
A state-of-the-art facility here at Kearney High. Certainly creates a unique environment. And at 195, Riley Johnson, the projected starter for Kearney. And for Lincoln East, it will be Aiden Ingwerson. Ingwerson, a rated wrestler for Lincoln East. Certainly going to be a tough matchup for Johnson. Ingwerson rated number 4 in the 195-pound weight class. Different opponent this time around for Ingwerson. He is undefeated at 11-0. Beat Lane Kavorik by a pin 1 minute into the match in Grand Island. Ingwerson, who qualified for state last year at 195. He did not place. Looking to change that this year. Johnson goes in.
Good ankle pick.
That's a good attack there.
He does get 2 points, and he will draw first blood in this 195-pound matchup. But Ingwerson right to his feet and goes in for attack right after the escape. And there is a takedown. 3-2 is the score, and now looking to get some back points here. Just muscling over Johnson. Looking to get the pin right away here for Lincoln East. A minute into this one at 195. Johnson will get back on his stomach, but 3 back points for Ingwerson. Makes it 6-2. Johnson, who has split his time between varsity and JV this year. 4th at the Kearney High invite, 3rd at the Excel invite, but that was for JV. Only wrestled 1 match at the Flatwater Fracas, but it was a bye. So first time wrestling Ingwerson, another ankle pick. Second time Ingwerson has done that this match. Gets another 2 points, looking for some more.
Johnson wants to roll around with him, but Ingwerson's not having any part of it here.
He wants to finish it off. He's got 5 seconds. And there is the whistle. 3 back points for Ingwerson. Has it at 11-3 as we enter the second period. Johnson was saved by the bell. Competitive duel here so far between Kearney and Lincoln East, like what we expected. 6th match of this duel. We're knotted at 12. We started at 145 and now at 192. Excuse me, 195, I should say. Ingwerson will start on top. He had Johnson on the brink at the end of that first period as Johnson gets the escape, makes it 11-4. As Johnson just can't find anywhere to shoot.
Oh, back to that ankle pick. Holy cow. How many are we going to see in this match?
It's about the 4th one we've seen. And Johnson gets 2 points, makes it 11-6. But he's going to need to get Ingwerson on his back if he wants to stay competitive in this one. Minute 5 to go in the second period. As Johnson will cut Ingwerson loose here, makes it 12-6.
By my math, I think he only needs about 4 or 5 more ankle picks.
Jeff Ekstrom along with Nick James and Philip Mooney here for Kearney High and number 5 Lincoln East. Duel right here in the Kearney High School auditorium. A shot by Ingwerson.
It's good stuff there by Johnson. He's got to get his legs back. Oh, but he's going to let Ingwerson get corner.
And Ingwerson continues to drive, gets the 2 points, and looking for more. Trying to finish off Johnson and get the pin for East. And there it is. Aiden Ingwerson gets the pin with 18 seconds left in the second period in a much important 6 points coming towards the Spartans. Guys, Johnson held on. I think Johnson held his own against the ranked wrestler, but that's just what happens when you go against a guy who's rated number 4 in his weight class.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're Kearney, you got to battle through. Those are the kinds of matches you got to battle and try and keep them close, and not give up pins. Because, like I said earlier, you just can't get pinned in duels like this. It's huge. It's gonna come down at the end to who got pinned less, honestly.
Out of the 6 matches we've had so far, 4 of them have been decided by a pin, including the last 3. But now this one certainly has Kearney ahead here. You have Dario Rodriguez, rated number 5 in 220, taking on Axel Lyman. Rodriguez 12-2 on the year, Lyman 3-6. Of course, Lyman related to Grant Lyman, who goes to UNK.
Another Loper, yeah.
And a former state champion. He won the state title last season in his weight class at 182. But now Rodriguez and Lyman going at it. Rodriguez pinned Lyman when they faced each other at the Fracas in 1 minute. 2-point takedown for Rodriguez, and he's hopeful to do the same as each team. These last few matchups have just been trading pins. Right now, East has the lead, 18-12. As we are in our 7th match of the night here in Kearney. As both wrestlers go out of bounds, we'll reset in the middle. Lyman went 2-3 at the Flatwater Fracas before going 2-0 in his 2 matches at the Bennington Duels most recently. Rodriguez has put together a couple of runner-up performances, second at the Kearney High Invite, where he lost to Tony Prey from Creighton Prep, another top-rated 220-pounder, and a second-place finish at Holdridge, where he lost to Alec Langen of McCook. Escape for Lyman makes it 2-1 in favor of Rodriguez. Rodriguez qualified for the state tournament a year ago. He did not place. Looking to change that this season, but first he's got Axel Lyman in front of him as he leads at 2-0 with under 20 seconds to go in the first period. And there is time, as Rodriguez would have gotten a takedown, but time expired. And Lyman already doing better than his last outing against Rodriguez. He was pinned a minute into the match in their previous outing. The guys just looking at the physical nature of both these guys. Rodriguez isn't that lengthy, big 220-pounder. He's shorter, but he's just, strong as a bull, and that's what makes him so effective.
If Lyman's anything like his brother,
But
and
yeah.
it looks like it is,
Yeah.
he's got to be a strong one here, so we'll see.
There's the escape for Rodriguez. Makes it 3-1. But yeah, Lyman just a much lengthier wrestler out there, as you could just tell. Shot by Lyman, but Rodriguez is going to hop up on top of him and get the 2 points. Looking to get Lyman on his back. Rodriguez squares up. Swipes coming. Rodriguez looking for the pin. And there it is. Lyman survived longer, but the result is the same. A pin for Dario Rodriguez of Kearney in this match again is tied, this time at 18.
That's another one of Kearney's senior leaders stepping up. We always talked when I was in high school about, keeping a clean snowball. We call it a snowball as you go through the duel. You got matches where you might have a couple guys get pinned in a row. Your snowball's getting dirty. You need to reverse that, and that's, the best way is with your seniors to go out there and perform like that and then clean up that snowball. That's what they need to do here because they've given up some points they shouldn't have here.
Halfway through this match between Kearney and Lincoln East. Again, this is brought to you by Nebraska Land Bank. Kearney and number 5, Lincoln East. Tonight, we are halfway through, and the score is just like how we started, tied at 18. And we move on to heavyweight. Will be Caden Johnson of Kearney, 8-3, taking on Brendan McLaughlin for Lincoln East, who is 1-10. Johnson pinned McLaughlin in 38 seconds when the two teams faced each other in Grand Island a few weeks ago. Johnson, first year on varsity for Kearney, second at the Kearney High Invite, and finished third at the Holdridge Invite so far this season. Funny enough, Lincoln East, throughout this entire year, has not taken place in a normal tournament. It has all been duels, whether that be individual duels against local Lincoln teams, or in this case Kearney, or dual tournaments such as the Flatwater Fracas and the Bennington Dual Tournament. They will, however, change that in the next week or so when they head to Millard South to take part in that tournament, as Caden Johnson gets the 2 points in with the cradle, looking for the pin. Johnson finishes off McLaughlin. 1:07 in. Kearney retakes the lead, 24-18. And now we move to the lower weights, as Kearney leads it 24-18. Guys, that's the 5th straight pin that we've had, and only 2 matches so far tonight have not resulted in a pin.
Yeah, like I said earlier, whoever has more pins, that's going to probably decide this duel, but every single little point matters here. And, that's another thing about these duels is, fighting off your back, getting that extra takedown to get a major. Every single point matters.
And for the 106 pounds for Kearney will be Flavia Nagatani, 0-10 on the year, taking on Gabe Turman of Lincoln East, who's 10-1. And Turman gets the takedown right away. Interesting story for Flavia Nagatani was the 106-pound state champion in last year's inaugural 2020 Girls State Wrestling Championships. Certainly gave pride to Kearney High when she achieved that, and right now Turman's got her in trouble. A takedown and back points are coming. Looking for the pin is Turman. 2 back points at least, and here's more. 2 for Turman. Makes it 4-0. And both wrestlers go out of the circle. And we'll reset with Nagatani on bottom. Thurman in control so far as we're over a minute into the opening period over
He's looking like a
Nagatani.
hammer on top.
Yep.
Man.
And a cradle for Thurman looking to cap off the win here. Got Nagatani in trouble. And there it is. Thurman gets the pin of Nagatani. 6th straight match with a pin, and we are tied at 24, going back and forth here. And guys, now we go probably to the premier match of this duel. You have Archer Heelan, who's usually wrestling at 120, but he moves down today. 8-1 on the season. He is ranked number 3 in the 113-pound weight class. Taking on Brandon Bostert, I would say his rival. They've wrestled so many times. And Bostert, who is a state medalist from a season ago, making his season debut.
I love this matchup. I've seen these guys go to overtime way more times than I could count. It's always a battle.
These guys so familiar with each other. Heelan, who plays 5th at 106 pounds, his freshman year, placed 5th again at 113 last season. Bostert, a state medalist as well. These guys went to overtime 2 years ago on this very stage. Bostert got the win 7-5. But there's been plenty of matches in between then and now. And guys, I mean, it's a subject to bring up. What makes it, you guys have obviously faced same opponents year in, year out. What makes it so hard against wrestling the same guy almost every year, sometimes multiple times a year, and be able to adjust and do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's almost like wrestling one of your practice partners at that point. I mean, you both know what the other one's best at, and you try to stop it, but everybody's working on different things, and you never know what's going to happen with these matches.
Oh,
Also,
nice scramble.
Yeah. Also, these guys, I know these guys are both pretty good buddies outside of wrestling too, so that also factors in a little bit. Just a little different.
But no love lost right now as both scrambling around. 2 points for Bostert as he takes the lead with 20 seconds left in this period.
It's going to be big here if Archer can try to get away with short time.
And yeah, again, this with how close this match is between these two teams, this is a matchup that's just up in the air. That if either team wants to come out on top, this one's going to have to go their way. And right now, Brandon Bostert carries a 2-0 lead over Archer Heelan going into the second period. Tenth matchup of the night as we begin the second period with Bostert on bottom. As he looks to extend his lead over Archer Heelan of Kearney. Bostert gets the escape, makes it 3-0 in favor of the Spartan.
Good attack there by Heelan, but Bostert's not going to make it easy on him here.
And a stalemate here between the two, and they'll reset in the middle.
Right back to that same shot. Gonna have to finish a little quicker here, though.
Yep, he's just giving Bostert time to think here.
Under a minute goes second period. Both guys scrambling around. And again, another stalemate. As you could see, the Kearney bench came up on their feet, telling Heelan to go one way, because I think one move there by Heelan and at least 2 points coming for Archer.
Foster's looking hard for that tilt.
Approaching 30 seconds to go with the second period between these two multiple-time state qualifiers and state medalists. Again, that period more even between the two. Gloucester gets the lone escape of the second period, makes it 3-0. He leads going into the third. And guys, it just seemed like they were both in the same position that entire period.
Yeah, I mean, like we said earlier, they know what they're coming at each other with. So this is always a super low-scoring match, and kind of how I expected it. So Heelan needs to get away here and score a takedown.
Gloucester looking to ride Heelan out for this third period. Heelan needs to create some offense here. He's down 3-0. He's on his feet and gets the escape. Makes it 3-1. Heelan now needs a takedown.
Oh, gosh.
Shot by Boster, and it just like looked like Heelan was a little lackadaisical.
Yeah, I don't think he saw that coming.
It's like he was just strolling, getting ready for his own attack, and then Boster came flying out of nowhere.
No, this is bad, yeah.
He's going to have to fight off his back here.
And now cradle position for Boster, looking for the pin. And there it is. Brandon Boster pins Archer Heelan.
That's a really good job there by Boster. You know, take advantage of it if this guy's kind of lackadaisical, excuse me. It's a battle out there, man. Good for him.
Wow. And guys, we just continue to see pin after pin after pin. And again, looking at that match, it's all going to go back to Heelan after getting the escape, just strolling about on the mat, and Boster flying out of nowhere and setting up the pin to give Lincoln East a 30-24 win. But I am not going to doubt that Heelan's going to have that in the back of his mind as he continues down this season. We move to 120 pounds, where the projected starter for Kearney is Ethan Lawrence. But the projected starter for Lincoln East was Braden Havel, but he wrestles. He wrestled in JV, we were told by head coach Ty Swarm, but Lincoln East does have a wrestler out there. As we await hear who it is, because that's what we were told by Kearney head coach Ty Swarm, that Havel did wrestle in JV. As Lawrence takes early control, 2-0, looking for the pin right away. And again, dangerous trouble for Lincoln East. Lawrence trying to get the pin. Continues to drive, and his work will be capped off by the pin. 45 seconds into the period.
They're going to keep it interesting. What is that, 8 pins in a row now?
As I take a look, 8th pin in a row.
Wow.
We are tied again, folks. I mean, this is probably the fastest duel between these two schools that I've seen. It might be ever.
Yeah.
Just with how many pins we've had as we continue to go down the line. We go to 126 pounds. The projected starters for each: Perry Swarm for Kearney, the son of head coach Ty Swarm, and then you got Case Jurgens for Lincoln East.
was good work by Ethan Lawrence going out there after the tough match before, going out and getting the pin and trying to get that snowball back on Kearney's side.
Perry Swarm 6 and 7 for Kearney. Case Jurgens 4 and 4. And this might be a tougher match than people might underestimate this one to be. Case Jurgens, who's only 500, but he lost to Archer Heelan by a 4-1 decision when he wrestled Kearney in Grand Island a few weeks ago.
I believe so, yeah.
Or they can call it, is it Cole Toline? I believe Case Jurgens was called.
This is Jurgens.
Gotcha.
Both go out, so we'll reset. This is 126 pounds. Jurgens all over the place. He wrestled at 120 at the Flatwater Fracas, but switched to 132 the rest of the way, except for tonight. He is at 126 as he gets the takedown over Swarm and looking for some more here. 3 swipes from the referee equals 2 back points for Case Jurgens, makes it a 4-0 lead for the Spartan. Swarm 6th at the Kearney High Invite this year, but then turned that around for a first place finish at the Holdridge Invite. He started the season 0-5, but has gone 6-2 since. But right now, he's down 4-0 to Case Jurgens. Swarm with the escape makes it 4-1 as both go out of play. It will reset in the middle. As we're coming down to the last 3 matches here between Kearney and Lincoln East. We're all knotted up at 30. As again, a 2-point takedown as time expires. Big play from Case Jurgens to get the takedown and take a 6-1 lead going into the second period.
He's doing a really good job of catching that Turk on the way through. And if he can keep getting to the attack, that's going to be big. If you can get to that Turk, he's got a good chance of getting back points every time.
Swarm will start on bottom here to begin the second period. Jeff Ekstrom along with Nick James and Philip Mooney. Kearney against number 5, Lincoln East, here on the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Nebraska Land Bank. Big thanks to them for their support. If we would not be able to bring you this wrestling duel, this classic rivalry, without their support. Both wrestlers go out once again. We're 29 seconds into this second period. Case Jurgens leads Perry Swarm 6-1. This duel notched at 30. We've had 8 consecutive pins. Something that's never happened before between these two schools, against each other more specifically. Jurgens continues to work Swarm. So we have under a minute to go in the second. Guys, Swarm just can't do anything. He just lying low here. He doesn't do much.
Jurgens is doing a really good job controlling the wrists. Perry's kind of struggling to keep his hands to himself, and it's tricky to get away when you don't have your wrists.
They go out of bounds right in front of us. And we were set with 29 seconds to go in the second period.
Oh, nice switch. See, Perry's got to keep moving there. You get a couple actions in a row, you get some space, you got to keep moving. If you just stop, then he's going to catch right back up.
10 seconds and counting. Swarm to his feet, but out of play again with 2 seconds to go. Case Jurgens just riding out Swarm this entire period. And there we go. We go to the third. 6-1, Case Jurgens leads Perry Swarm. Swarm, when they faced Lincoln East in Grand Island a few weeks ago, beat Weston Sherlock in sudden victory, 7-3. As both wrestlers go out of bounds once again. Swarm qualified for the state tournament a year ago in 106 pounds. He did not place. But right now in trouble. He's down 6-1. And really has not been able to get anything going this entire match, guys.
We'll see if he can get reverse the act here, get a couple wrists of his own, get a couple turns. That's the quickest way he's going to get back into this match. Jurgens doesn't look like he's quite fighting off his belly either.
Swarm has got a minute to work with here as we have a warning on Swarm, or excuse me, a stall. Under 40 seconds. Swarm needs to act here. He needs something. And now a stall warning on Jurgens. But under 20 seconds to go. Both go out of play once again.
This is a pretty good ride by Perry Swarm, but it looks like it's going to be too little, too late.
Jurgens was on his feet, but not going to matter as Jurgens gets the 6-1 decision over Swarm, and Lincoln East takes a 33-30 lead over Kearney, going to 132. And this, guys, will potentially decide this match as we go to 132. Projected starters for Kearney, it was Cisco Rivas, and for Lincoln East, Cole Toline. So Toline will take the mat for Lincoln East, while for Kearney, it will be Cisco Rivas. Kearney needs Rivas to win the match. The least Kearney can give up here is a decision. That would make it a 36-30 duel, but then Kearney would need a pin in the final weight. And again, that might not even be much, as Toline gets the 2-point takedown. And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but if it does, the duel does get tied, it comes down to who got the most pins. Am
That's
I correct?
correct. Yeah, and if they have the same amount of pins, it goes to the next tiebreaker.
So Kearney would get the tiebreaker if they are able to tie the duel. They have 6 pins right now compared to Lincoln East 5. So
This could be interesting because Nick Swift is the usual 138-pounder for Lincoln East, and he wrestled 145.
Weston Sherlock would most likely take his spot at 138. And for Kearney, that projected starter in the next weight is Ethan Kowalik. So certainly not out of the woods yet is Lincoln East. But Caleb Tulane leads Rivas 2-1. Again, ideally
Good
Kearney would
slide
win
by
this
there.
match. And Tulane gets another 2 points, makes it 4-1. But any bonus point win for Lincoln East, and they will wrap up the duel. And would avenge their 45-24 loss against the Bearcats earlier this season at the Flatwater Fracas. That's the end of the period. Tulane with a 4-1 lead. And Tulane usually goes at 126, but going above his weight class tonight. He is undefeated and rated number 6. He is 10-0. When Kearney and Lincoln East wrestled earlier this year, he beat Ethan Lawrence 5-2 at a decision. Tulane qualified for the state tournament a year ago at 126 pounds, but he did not place. Tulane was going for the tilt, but Rivas, the solid foundation, doesn't give up anything as we approach 30 seconds into the second period. Again, a Kearney, the least they can give up here, the most they can give up is a regular decision as Rivas gets the escape, makes it 4-2.
Tulane's going to cut him. He's going to try to open him up here, see if he can score some more points.
Because, yeah, if you're Lincoln East, you're going for broke here.
You want to put it away here. Yeah, absolutely. Don't leave it up to your 138-pounder or whatever.
Because a loss is just, it's not ideal, but certainly not the end of the world. As another 2 points from Tulane makes it 6-2. Yeah, as you hear,
Rutledge
Lincoln
is
East head
screaming.
coach.
Yep, yelling, cut him again. He's trying to score.
It's at 6-3. Again, 8 points. It's a major decision that would lock it up for Lincoln East. 30 seconds left, second period, and based on what's happening right now, if you're Rivas and Kearney, you just got to survive here and not give up a bonus point win. Unless Rivas can pull out something. He has one leg, but not very soon.
Yep, we'll see if he can battle here. This is big. This is big for his team. That's a very nice attack there by Tulane.
Single leg by Tulane, trying to finish
He
it
needs
out.
to finish here. Yep, you got 5 seconds. See if Rivas. Oh.
And that's almost a dagger there.
That's a tough one to give up for Rivas.
Gets the takedown. Tulane, as time expires, makes it 8-3. Tulane will be on bottom, begin the third. Again, it needs to be at least an 8-point win for Tulane to lock up the duel for Lincoln East. Right now, it's 8-3. Kearney needs Rivas to survive. Rivas was sticking in there, but Tulane.
And he's going to stay
Wow.
on top there.
There we
Good
go.
Switch.
Looked like Tulane was going to get the reversal, but Rivas staying strong. 40 seconds into the third.
The longer Rivas can stay on top here, the better he's going to be off.
Because right now, it's just about bleeding clock here.
Absolutely.
Looks like Rivas got double legs in. That should be a good sign.
Halfway through the third. Lincoln East leads the duel. But only a decision would not lock it up. as we have a stalemate called and a reset in the middle with Toline on bottom. Again, Rivas has done a nice job so far for Kearney just
He's
to ride
working
out
on a
to
cradle
Lane.
here.
Oh, can't quite get his head brought down to his knee there.
30 seconds left.
We're just going right back to that crossface.
Toline's kind of looking like he's just trying to hold on now. Wow.
Yeah, stall called on Toline. 15 seconds to go, and unless something miraculous happens, Rivas seems to have done his job.
It's a good battle there by Rivas. He's keeping his team in this thing.
Good tough third period right after a tough second period for him.
And Lincoln East has a 36-30 lead, but it all comes down to 138 pounds, where Kearney needs a pin. If they get the pin, they will win the duel. Again, that's still quite an ask.
What an ironic walkout song. Don't call it a comeback.
Ethan Kowalik will take the mat for Kearney. He is 3-10 on the year. And like we projected, Weston Sherlock will be on the mat for Lincoln East. Sherlock 7-3 on the year, lost to Perry Swarm in Sun Victory when they faced each other a few weeks ago, while for Kowalik, he faced Nick Swift and lost 19-3 via tech fall. But again, Kearney needs the pin. And guys, you've been in some situations, if you're in a place where you need like a bonus point victory or just a victory whatsoever to give your team the dual win, what's going through your mind at that moment?
You can't force it. I mean, you can't just come out here and try and throw a headlock or anything, unless if you're maybe Philip Mooney. But yeah, you kind of just got to flow through this match and take advantage of any opportunity that this guy gives you, whether he's keeping his elbows high or whatever. You gotta take advantage of every opportunity to try and throw him on his back.
Yeah, Qual's got to wrestle a real solid match here, and if he wrestles good enough, there'll be an opportunity for him to get the pin later. I think that's what he's got to be looking for.
Lincoln East leads at 36-30. Jeff Ekstrom along with Nick James and Philip Mooney here on the call. This duel brought to you by Nebraska Land Bank. Coming out of this at 138 pounds, the final match of
Good.
Kowalik's got some good attacks.
Good attack by Kowalik, just a little bit out of bounds.
Again, Kearney needs a pin. If they do, they will win. Even if it's tied, they will win on criteria, and that is how many pins each team has. And Kearney would outrank Lincoln East 7-5 in that category. As we end the first period, tied at 0 between Kowalik and Sherlock. Oh, guys, it looks like I miscounted here. So actually, the pins would be tied at 5. So I don't know
I go to
what the next criteria
maybe
would be.
tech falls, bonus points.
I don't know if there's been any other bonus points, has there?
No, none other has.
going to have to get the book out, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see if it comes down to that.
Right now, tied at 0. And again, I mean, I think if you're Sherlock, I mean, you could just stall all match long and it won't matter. Escape for Sherlock. They take a 1-0 lead. As again, not confirmed. We don't know who would win the duel, actually, if Kearney does get the pin they need. It would come down to second criteria at least. But Sherlock gets the takedown in a 3-0 lead halfway through the second period. Now Kowalik can at least get a reversal here. He has Sherlock sprawled out. 20 seconds to go, both got a bounce.
Ooh.
And they'll have to reset with Kowalik on bottom. Under 10.
Well, I think it's safe to say now, you start third period, you gotta start to open up that bag of tricks.
If there's a move that Kowalik have always wanted to try and pull off, I think now is the time.
Yeah.
As it looks like maybe a contact came loose for Kowalik. This will take 1 second, but here we go. Start of the third period here. Kowalik will be on bottom. Sherlock on top. Sherlock trying to win the duel for Lincoln East. Kearney needs a pin. Mat return by Sherlock. You hear the Lincoln East coaches, they want a near side cradle here for. And
He can't quite get his hands locked.
Sherlock wants it here. Minute 20 to go. Again, it's Kearney who needs the pin to potentially stay alive and win this duel.
Rutledge wants him right on the middle of the mat. He's time to milk some clock here.
Again, we'll reset as we approach halfway through the third period. 3-0. Sherlock leads. And there goes the
nice
cradle. And now Sherlock looking to cap off Lincoln East dual win. He gets the pin, and the Spartans come into Kearney and get a 42-30 victory.
It's a good way to end the duel there. That's big. That's real big. That's huge for your team camaraderie. You know, that's going to give them a lot of confidence going forward.
And like you mentioned, Nick, it's not like this really has any withstanding on any of the season whatsoever. But it gives you another look at the competition. It gives your team confidence going into other duels and other tournaments. What's a win like this do for your team more than that?
That's pretty big for Lincoln East. Props to them. They came out and competed hard. I think that's honestly, they just came out and competed harder than Kearney, and that's why they won. But Yeah, that's huge. I mean, their top end guys came out and got the wins they needed to get, and even some of their lower end guys got wins that they probably didn't expect to come out here and get. So that's huge going forward. Gives them a lot of confidence. I would feel pretty good about where they're at right now.
And Philip, we talked about this pregame that it would come down to little things, and I think that came down for Kearney. Of course, at 170 pounds, Tate Kuchera, he was just dominating all the way, led by 10 when he gave up the pin to Jacob Odell. And then with Archer Heelan, who, if he at least doesn't give up a pin there, things could have turned out much differently.
Yeah, and it's tough to win duels when you give up big pins like that. And so Kearney, he's got a lot of good things going for him. Just some little mistakes held him back from making this a real close duel.
Well, Kearney drops one to Lincoln East here. 42-30 is the final. We'll take a short break, come back, wrap up the final thoughts after this on the Bearcat Sports Network.